So next topic is AC voltage applied to an inductor. Okay. So inductor is nothing but a coil with number of turns. Okay. And an AC source is connected across the inductor. Okay. Now as in previous cases, let the voltage be V is equal to V naught sine omega t. Okay. Let L be the self inductance of the coil. Okay. So now we have to find the voltage current relation. Okay, voltage current relation for inductor. See, from Faraday's law we have E, the EMF, it is equal to d phi by dt, d phi by dt. Okay, now here this EMF is equal to the voltage that we are applying. Okay, now for an inductor, in electromagnetic induction we have seen that phi is equal to Li, where phi is the flux, L is the self inductance, and I is the current. Okay, so that means d phi by dt, it will be equal to L di by dt. Okay, L is the self inductance and it is a constant for a given coil because it depends on the nature of the coil, the number of turns in the coil, its cross sectional area, and all those things. So here L is constant, so it is taken out of the differentiation symbol. So we are measuring this rate of change in current. So d phi by dt is equal to L times di by dt. Okay. So now that gives, if we substitute this value over here, we have, see, this V, E can be replaced by V. So V, it will be equal to L di by dt. Okay. Or you can write V minus L di by dt is equal to 0. Okay. So you can write like this or you can write like this. Okay. Acha. Now, see, till now what we have seen, we are finding the relation between voltage and current. So already we have information about voltage and we want information about current. So we can use this equation to find the current, because from this equation I can write di is equal to V by L dt, isn't it? So that gives di is equal to, what is V? V is this quantity, so V naught by L sin omega t dt. Okay, so we have this relation, this equation. Now if we simplify this equation, we can get the value of I. So from di we have to get the value of I. So how do you get that? Obviously by integrating. Okay, so now let us integrate this. Okay, so this on integrating becomes I. So this is equal to V naught by L, okay, sin omega t dt. So this is minus cos omega t by omega. Okay, acha. Now this is let us further simplify it. I is equal to V naught by omega L minus cos omega t. Okay, acha. So now we have the equation for current. This is the equation for voltage. Okay, now if you have to compare the phase, then I told you this trigonometric term should be same. So here we have sine and here we have cosine. So we have to convert this cosine into sine. Okay, so that means I can write this as I is equal to V naught by omega L sine omega t minus pi by 2. Sine omega t minus pi by 2. Okay. So now here also we have sine term. Here also we have sine term. So now we can compare the phase. Okay. So phase is, see here the phase is omega t, and here the phase is omega t minus pi by 2. So that means current lags behind voltage by phase angle of pi by 2, or you can say voltage is ahead of current by pi by 2. Okay, so let us write it here. So we can say I lags V by pi by 2. Okay, or we can say V ahead of I by pi by 2. Pi by 2. Okay, V is ahead of current by pi by 2. Current lags behind voltage by pi by 2. Okay, so this is regarding the phase difference. Okay, now based on the phase difference, let us draw the graph. Okay, see this current, it is V naught by omega L sine omega t minus pi by 2. Okay, so let us see how the graph looks. So this is the time axis. Okay, so now see voltage is V naught sine omega t. So we have to draw a sine curve. So this is for voltage. Okay, now what about for current? Current is sine omega t minus pi by 2. Okay, so it will start from this point. So why I am starting from below? Because current lags behind voltage by pi by 2. Okay, so here therefore it is negative when voltage is 0. Okay, phase difference is pi by 2. So this is the variation in current. Okay, so this is the graph showing the variation of voltage and current with time. When voltage becomes maximum, current is 0. When voltage becomes 0, current acquires a maximum value. Okay, so this is the graph. Okay, now this is with regard to phase. Now let us understand what is the importance of this term omega L. See, we had this equation I is equal to V naught by omega L sine omega t minus pi by 2. So when this term acquires a maximum value of plus 1 or minus 1, the current acquires a maximum value plus V naught by omega L or minus V naught by omega L. So that means this is the peak value of the current I naught. Okay, so we can write this equation as I is equal to I naught sine omega t minus pi by 2. Okay, so where we have written I naught is equal to V naught by omega L. Okay, Achha, now see, from Ohm's law we know that current equal to voltage divided by a term which stands for opposition to the flow of current. So in a capacitive circuit we had this term as capacitive reactance, so which was opposing the alternating current in a capacitive circuit. Similarly here, this omega L is the term which opposes the current with a circuit with this L inductance. Okay, so omega L represents the opposition term. So this omega L is represented by XL. So this is called reactance of inductor. Reactance of inductor or inductive reactance. Okay, so this stands for opposition offered by an inductor to the flow of alternating current. Okay, So we have XL is equal to omega L. Okay. Now for DC, angular frequency is 0. Angular frequency is 0. Now if angular frequency is 0, so that means XL equal to 0. That is no opposition. So that means if this source is replaced by a DC source, then this inductor is not going to oppose the DC source. There is no opposition to the flow of direct current offered by an inductor. Okay, so this is with regard to an inductor, and we have previously seen that instead of inductor, if it is replaced by a capacitor, then a capacitive circuit completely blocks DC.